Hey, automotive enthusiasts. Today, we're diving deep into a pivotal moment in Ford's history, the year 1917, and its profound impact on the iconic Model T. By 1917, the Model T was already a revolution, affectionately known as America's car. It had democratized personal transportation, making cars accessible to the masses with its affordability and reliability. But as global tensions escalated and the United States entered World War I, this era of unprecedented civilian production was about to be dramatically reshaped. We'll explore how Ford, under Henry Ford's leadership, pivoted from mass-producing beloved family vehicles to becoming a critical cog in the Allied war machine, a transition that demonstrated both Ford's industrial might and its adaptable spirit. Before the war, Ford's assembly lines at Highland Park were a marvel of industrial efficiency, a testament to Henry Ford's vision of mass production. The moving assembly line, introduced in 1913, had slashed production times from 12 hours to just 93 minutes per car. This unprecedented scale meant Ford was already producing vehicles at a rate unmatched by any other manufacturer worldwide. This massive infrastructure, designed for civilian output, would soon prove invaluable. The ability to churn out standardized components and assemble them rapidly was precisely what the war effort needed. Ford's factories represented an industrial powerhouse, a sleeping giant about to be awakened by the demands of a global conflict.
When the United States formally entered World War I in April 1917, the nation faced an immense challenge. It was unprepared for a conflict of this scale, lacking the necessary industrial capacity and military equipment to support a prolonged global war. Industry leaders, including Henry Ford, were called upon to shift their focus from consumer goods to military production. The immediate need was overwhelming, everything from uniforms and weaponry to vehicles and aircraft. Ford, with its proven mass production capabilities, was uniquely positioned to answer this call, but it wasn't a simple pivot. It required retooling, retraining, and a fundamental change in priorities, impacting every aspect of the company.
The shift from producing civilian Model Ts to military equipment was a monumental undertaking. Ford had to rapidly adopt its entire production ecosystem. This wasn't just about making different parts. It was about reevaluating supply chains, modifying machinery, and redirecting human resources. While civilian car production continued, albeit at a reduced rate, the focus increasingly moved towards fulfilling government contracts. Engineers designed new applications for the Model T chassis, and factory workers, many of whom were women taking on roles traditionally held by men, learned new skills to build everything from ambulances to aircraft components. This pivot showcased an incredible national resolve and industrial flexibility. The Model T's inherent simplicity, ruggedness, and ease of maintenance made it an ideal candidate for military service. Its light weight allowed it to traverse challenging terrains, and its common parts meant repairs could often be made even in the field. Ford quickly began producing Model T ambulances, which became indispensable for evacuating wounded soldiers from the front lines. These vehicles, often lightly armored and fitted with canvas tops, proved invaluable. Beyond ambulances, Model T chassis were adopted into staff cars, light transport vehicles, and even mobile workshops. The sheer number of Model Ts deployed by Allied forces underscored their critical role in the logistics and mobility of the war. Ford's contribution to the war effort extended far beyond just the Model T. The company diversified its production significantly, leveraging its expertise in mass manufacturing for a wide array of military needs. Perhaps most famously, Ford constructed the massive River Rouge complex, which, even before its full completion, began producing submarine chasers, known as Eagle boats, and Liberty aircraft engines. These were incredibly complex machines, a stark contrast to the simplicity of the Model T. Ford also produced helmets, parts for tanks, and even cylinders for artillery shells. This diversification demonstrated Ford's remarkable versatility and ability to scale up production for almost any industrial requirement.
While the Model T served on the battlefield, another Ford innovation, the Fordson tractor, played a crucial role on the home front. With manpower diverted to the war and shipping lanes disrupted, food security became a major concern for Allied nations. The Fordson tractor, introduced just before the U.S. entered the war, was designed to be affordable and efficient, mechanizing agriculture on an unprecedented scale. Henry Ford made a significant commitment, selling Fordson tractors to Britain and later to American farmers at cost, ensuring vital food production could continue without interruption. This focus on agricultural machinery highlighted Ford's understanding of the interconnectedness of industrial and societal needs during wartime.
The massive redirection of resources towards military production inevitably had a significant impact on civilian Model T output. While not entirely halted, the number of cars available for public purchase decreased, and prices, though still relatively low, stabilized. The factories hummed with new purpose, and the workforce underwent dramatic changes. As men enlisted or were drafted, women stepped into factory roles in unprecedented numbers, performing tasks previously deemed men's work. This shift challenged societal norms and laid the groundwork for future advancements in women's rights and labor participation. Ford's commitment to fair wages, even during wartime, helped maintain morale and productivity, reinforcing its progressive labor policies.
Ford's wartime production efforts left an indelible mark on both the company and the nation. The experience proved the incredible adaptability of mass production techniques for diverse industrial challenges. It cemented Ford's reputation not just as an automaker, but as an industrial giant capable of tackling projects of national importance. The lessons learned in rapid prototyping, complex manufacturing, and logistical coordination during this period would inform Ford's strategies for decades to come, including its pivotal role in World War II. It also highlighted the vital link between private industry and national defense, a relationship that continues to shape global economies and geopolitical strategies. As the war concluded in 1918, Ford seamlessly transitioned back to full civilian production, leveraging its expanded facilities and refined processes. The wartime experience, though challenging, had forged a stronger, more capable industrial enterprise. The 1917 Model T, initially a symbol of everyday freedom, became a testament to adaptability and national service, embodying the spirit of an era where an entire industry answered the call of duty. The story of Ford during World War I is not just about cars, it's about the profound impact of industrial mobilization, the resilience of a nation, and the enduring legacy of an automotive pioneer who shaped the course of both transportation and history. Thank you for joining us on this journey.